Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video. Today I am starting a new series which I will probably do for a little while. I have called it Daily Reflections, and it is just a way for me to be authentic and honest and talk about how my days have gone and sort of reflect on them. I think it is really important to reflect on your days, your months, your weeks, and everything. Life has its ups and downs, and some days might be a lot easier than others. And today I've had one of those harder days. I've been a little ill, a little sick, and I wasn't able to accomplish all of the things I wanted to do at work today. And I tried filming a couple of YouTube videos, and I wasn't able to do any of them. So I decided that I was going to start this series a little bit earlier just to get a win for today. And like I said, some days are harder than others, and you have to get through those hard days. And in order to do that, I tried to find small wins. So one of the small wins today was actually that I was able to finish a blog at work, even though I hate writing blogs and I was so tired today. And my head hurts and I had this headache all day. I was able to actually finish the blog post. I haven't published it yet because I want to go through it when I feel a little bit better and can concentrate for more than 50 minutes at a time. But it was a small win, and I believe in celebrating those small wins, especially when you are struggling. And it took me so long to get to the point where I was able to actually focus on the small wins instead of the losses. And we have this thing called recency bias, and I have fallen prey to that a couple of times, especially in a month or even in a year, where the first half of the year might be great, the second half of the year might be a lot harder. And I've always ended up focusing on the second part of the year, the part that wasn't too good. So the whole year would be kind of ruined just because the last half of the year was a little bit harder than the first half. And the same goes for my days. So I tend to accomplish a lot between 9 and 12. And from 12 to 5, I tend to accomplish a lot less. So after lunch, I tend to accomplish a lot less. It has not been a problem because I tend to do all of the things that are assigned to me, and some days even a little bit more than that. But I would always focus on the one thing I had to reschedule for tomorrow, because the last thing I do at work is always to go through all of the things I did, the things I didn't, and reschedule things and plan the next day. As you may know, I'm a big fan of planning. And I spent a lot of time in therapy trying to learn to celebrate the small wins, to do things to make me feel a lot better. And one of those things is actually to film YouTube videos. I enjoy filming YouTube videos, and it is really, really fun. And I recently was able to accomplish one of my biggest goals for last year. On YouTube, and I am really happy about that. And I even bought myself a little present because I want to celebrate my wins a lot more. So this is the present. This is a pen I bought for myself, and I want to celebrate my wins a lot more because in the past I have always ended up, whenever I reach a goal, I've always ended up chasing the next one and the next one and the next one, and it is never enough. And sometimes you just have to sit down and actually be grateful, be thankful, and be proud of yourself for the things you have accomplished. It is a lot harder than it is a lot harder to do than it is to say, and I spent so much time actually practicing this, but I've gotten a lot better, and I'm really thankful for the things I have learned, even though they might have seemed hard at the time, like the day to day, and just being sad because I wasn't able to do enough at work. It sucks right now, but a couple of months from now, even a year from now, I might be thankful for it, because everything is a learning experience. Every time I make a mistake or every time something doesn't work out, it is just another way of learning. And I tend to write down everything. I document my life a lot inside of my different notebooks, and looking back on them, I can see that things that for a year ago felt like the end of the world is actually things I'm thankful for right now, because not only have they made me stronger, but they have given me a chance to understand myself better. And there are a lot of great tips out there. I have seen every YouTube video, I have read every book, and there are a lot of great tips. And some of them might work, others might not, simply because we are all different, and getting to know yourself is probably the best thing you can do. And that is one of my goals for this year, to spend more time with myself, to learn and enjoy my own company a lot more. In the past, I have always had something to do, like watching a movie, playing video games, whatever it is, and I still do a lot of those things, but I want to have the chance to just spend time with myself, without the need for any distractions, and just allowing my thoughts to flow, and not distracting myself. That is one of my goals this year, and that is something I have been thinking about a lot for the last couple of days. And being sick, being ill, actually makes me think a lot more. I don't have the energy I need to do the things I need to be less depressed. So for those of you who do not know, I have bipolar disorder, and my life is actually great. I manage it every single day, but when I have less energy, it gets a lot harder to manage. And this is one of those days, and I've just decided that I will allow myself to feel a little bit bad, to struggle a little bit and be a little depressed, as long as it doesn't get out of control. You are allowed to have emotions. And that is something that I have to tell myself every single day. I am allowed to have emotions. And giving 40% at work or in your relationship or whatever it is, when you only have 40% to give, is good enough. And I have to tell myself these things all of the time. I have to write them down all of the time to keep remembering that it is good enough. I wake up, I go to work every single day, and I give everything I have to give that day. Some days it might be 100%. Some days it might even be more than 100%. I might have a lot of energy. Other days it might be 10, 15, 20, 40%. But I leave it all at work when I come home, no matter which day it is. I'm always tired, I'm always exhausted, and that means that I have been able to give everything I had to give that day. And I'm not saying that you should be exhausted or tired every single day when you get home from work, but I enjoy my job, I love my job, and I'm really thankful for having the opportunity. And I know that I don't have to exhaust myself every single day, but I just find it so fun. I work in social media, and most of my spare time also goes in making social media content. So I'm lucky enough to have my hobby be my job, or at least one of my hobbies to be my job. And I'm just in general really, really thankful, and I am proud of myself. That isn't something I say to myself a lot, but I want to get better at it. And I am really proud of myself, because for the last couple of months, I have been able to film a video almost every single day after getting back from work, um, even on the days I've been traveling, even on the days I'm not home, like today, I've been able to film a video, even the days where I do not feel like it, at least do not feel like starting. I've been able to start and I've been able to film a video, and that's something to be proud of. It might not seem like a lot, but it is. It really is, especially on the days where the only thing I want to do is to lay in bed all day and just be tired and feel sorry for myself. It takes a lot of strength to get out of bed and do the thing you have promised yourself to do. And in my case, so let me just rephrase that. So for a lot of people, that might seem like a way of ending up in burnout. And I have burned myself out a couple of times, and I do things a little bit differently now. So like this video, for example, this is a day where I don't have a lot of energy. I tried to film a book review. I'm reviewing Feel Good Productivity, and I was hoping that I would get it out by the end of the day, but I couldn't. So I decided to film a little bit of a different video, something I found a little bit more fun, required less editing, less work up front, less work afterwards. And that is why I think I will be able to avoid burnout even with the amount of work I put in, is just because I do these small things where I film a video that might not be as good for the YouTube algorithm or the TikTok algorithm, but I film it to get a video out, to get a win, a big win in my book. And just to stay consistent, to keep up with the habit of filming every single day. And like out of 365 days, I enjoy this at least 300 days. There might be 65 days where it feels like a struggle, but I will just have to get through that, because there is one other thing as well. One of my biggest dreams is to become a full-time content creator, and I decided for myself that I would give it a try. It might not work out, and that's totally okay. I will learn from it anyways. But in order to do something that not a lot of people are able to accomplish, you have to put in the work that not a lot of people do. So I didn't want to adjust my dreams, because if it feels like it is too much work, if it feels like it is too hard, you might need to be self-aware enough to adjust your dreams a little bit. I decided that I wasn't going to adjust my dreams, so I need to work really, really hard, but I also need to take the time, and that's probably why I've ended up burning out, because I didn't take the time to be proud of myself. So I have to do that now. I have to take the time and be proud of myself, buy myself gifts whenever I accomplish something, and just look myself in the mirror and tell myself that you did a good job today. And that is a thing I think a lot of people out there need to get better at, to be proud of yourself, to actually celebrate your accomplishments. And I just want to end this off by telling you, like I tell myself, that you are good enough and that it is okay to have bad days. It doesn't make you weak, it makes you human.